It was a warm summer night, and Ryan and Jungkook were enjoying a peaceful evening by the pool at their beautiful house. The sound of crickets creeping filled the air as they laughed on the poolside chairs, sipping on refreshing drinks and chatting about anything and everything. As the night wore on, they decided to take a dip in the pool to cool off. The water was warm and inviting, and they both laughed as they splashed around enjoying each other's company. Wine couldn't help but admire Jungkook's playful side as he did cannonballs and blackfill into the water. His laughter was infectious, and she found herself laughing along with him, feeling completely at ease in his presence. So, what are your plans for tomorrow? Jungkook asked, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. I'm going for shopping with my friends tomorrow. Wine smiled and told him about her plans to go shopping with her friends the next day. Junk nodded in understanding, happy that she was going to spend time with her friends, but also feeling a pang of jealousy at the thought of her spending the day without him. Are not you going to ask me to join? Are not you going to miss me, sweetheart? Junk said with a grin while Wine raised her brow playfully. No, why will I? Don't you have important meeting tomorrow, darling? Wine said while grazing his cheek with her tongue, just to tease him a little, knowing he gets jealous if she hang out without him, and she love it when he gets all grumpy and starts sulking even though he was a dangerous mafia, but not for her. For her, he was such a cute, soft, and possessive husband. I can cancel everything if you once ask for sweetheart. Nothing matters more than you and you know that. Jungkook said his voice was low and deep. She always felt she's getting drunk the way he talked in such tones. One cleared her throat, quickly coming out of his spell. No, you don't have to cancel your plans, Mr. Husband. It's just a girls' hangout. No husbands are allowed. We are going to bankrupt you guys. One said as she winked at him, made Jungkook's heart skip a bit. He chuckled. You can try, wifey. I don't mind getting bankrupt by you. You already stole my heart. Nothing is left. Chunk said, leaning on her, while Wine, with her cheeks pushed him, made him laugh. That felt like melody to Wine. As they talked, Wine realized just how lucky she was to have Jungkook in her life. He was not only her husband but also her best friend, her confidant, and her soulmate. She couldn't imagine her life without him by her side, making her laugh and smile every day. After a while, Van decided to play a prank on Jungkook. With a mischievous glint in her eye, she splashed a large amount of water in his direction, soaking him from head to toe. As he was drying himself coming out of the pool, Jungkook's eyes widened in surprise before a grin spread across his face. Oh, it's on now. Just wait, sweetheart, Jungkook declared as he launched toward Vian, his hands outstretched to splash her back. Vian squealed as she tried to swim away, but Jungkook was too quick for her. He caught up to her and began splashing her relentlessly, both of them laughing uncontrollably. Their playful banter continued until Jungkook suddenly stopped and looked at Ryan with a mischievous glint in his eyes. Before she could react, he hoisted her up over his shoulder and began carrying her out of the pool. Jungkook, what are you doing? Ryan laughed, trying to wiggle out of his grip, but Jungkook held her securely as he carried her into their house, a look of determination on his face. Once they got inside, Jungkook deposited Ryan on the bed in their bedroom. A playful smirk on his face, Ryan pretended to pout, but deep down she was enjoying the attention from her mischievous husband. With a sudden surge of affection, Ryan leaned in and planted a sweet kiss on Jungkook's cheek, making his eyes wide in surprise, but then he smiled, pulling her closer and wrapping his arm around her in a tight embrace. I love you, Ryan, Jungkook whispered, his voice filled with warmth and sincerity. Wan felt her heart swell with love for him, feeling grateful for every moment they shared together. I love you too, Jungkook, Wan whispered back, wrapping her arms around his neck before they lost in each other's embrace. Okay, Jungkook, my friends are here to pick me up, Wan said on the call as she was talking with Jungkook, telling him how she is going out. Wan, please take bodyguards. They will not disturb you guys, just for the safety, babe. Junk said from the other side of the phone, made Wan sign. Like, if I denied you will not going to order them to follow us. Fine, tell them. Wan said as she walked out of her house, still talking with Jungkook. Bye for now, honey, and take care of yourself. Love you. Wan said as she kissed on her phone before they ended their conversation and she sat on the car with her friends. Meanwhile, Jungkook, he was about to leave his office after done with meeting in the evening to surprise Ryan. Just then, he received a call from Ryan's bodyguard. Boss, we are at Access Club. Ma'am and her friends is inside the club and she strictly ordered us to not follow her. Please come here. The bodyguard said while Jungkook rushed to the venue, knowing that Ryan could get carried away when she drank too much. He had strict orders to make sure she stayed safe and out of trouble, but his girl was stubborn and careless. Wine stop drinking, you can handle it, one of Wine's friends said as she tried to stop her, but Wine drank more and more, unaware of the danger surrounding her. In her drunken state, she didn't notice a shitty guy creeping up on her. His intentions was not pure, but just as he was about to make his move, Jungkook burst onto the scene. With a lightning speed, Jungkook grabbed the guy by the collar and pulled him away from Ryan in a fit of rage. He started beating the guy, his feet flying in a blur of motion. The guy didn't stand a chance against Jungkook's strength and skill. After making sure the guy was no longer a threat, Jungkook turned his attention back to Ryan. She was stumbling around, giggling and acting foolish. In her drunken state, Jungkook let out a sigh, feeling a mixture of anger and disappointment towards her. He scooped her up in his arm and carried her out of the club, ignoring the stares and whispers of onlookers. He sat inside his car along with Ryan and took her back to their house, all the while Ryan shuddering and making a fool of herself. Once they arrived home, Jung tucked Ryan into bed, making sure she was safe and comfortable. He decided to let her sleep off her drunkenness, knowing that she will have a rough morning ahead of her. The next morning, Wan woke up with a pounding headache and a sinking feeling in her stomach. She remembered bits and pieces of what had happened the night before and her cheeks flushed with embarrassment. She found Jungkook sitting in the living room, his expression hard and unreadable. Good morning. Wan greeted him, but he was sitting there silently. Wan bit her lip in nervousness and sat beside him. I'm sorry. She tried to apologize, but he just shook his head, his appointment palpable. I can't believe you put yourself in that kind of danger, Jungkook finally said, his voice stung with anger. You have to be more careful, Ryan. I can't always be there to save you, Jungkook said as Ryan hung her head, feeling guilty for making Jungkook worry and having to clean up her mess. I'm sorry, Jungkook. I won't do that again, Ryan said as she was about to hug him. Jungkook stand up, fixing his coat. You are not sorry, and I don't want your sorry, Ryan. It's not about apology. It's about you. Will you be able to forgive yourself if something, if that guy touched you, or if my enemies took advantage of you? Did you ever imagine this? Did you ever think about me that what will going to happen with me if something happens to you? What I'm going to do? Jungkook said while Ryan's eyes got filled with tears. I will burn the world for you, but if you lost your smile, if someone ever hurt you, even it was just a mere scratch, did you ever think how it will affect me? I'm going to die every second seeing you broken, seeing you in pain, Ryan, Junk said before he left the house, leaving Ryan in deep thoughts and guilt. What the hell, Ryan? Why did you do this? Ryan cursed herself as she realized she was being too much careless and Jungkook had rights to get mad on her. He cared for her, he loves her, he always wished for her to be happy and keep smiling. He never stopped her for anything, but what he wants from her is to inform him before doing and going anywhere. She knows what she meant to him. It was obvious that he gets upset. I have to do something stupid, something childish, whatever, that make him smile, that melt his heart on the spot, One murmured, before she runs towards her room to get changed, and after getting fully ready, she quickly went to Jungkook's office. Wan nervously made her way through the maze of hallways in the towering building that served as her husband Jungkook's Mafia headquarters. As she finally reached his office, Wan took a deep breath and knocked softly on the door before entering. Jungkook glanced up from his laptop, his expression unreadable. Hi, Wan said with a smile, but he didn't say anything. Wan felt her heart race as she made her way over to him, and without thinking twice, she sat on his lap. He didn't respond, simply going back to his work. Wan bit her lip, feeling the weight of his anger hanging heavy in the air. Jungkook, my love, I'm sorry. I really am. She whispered, nuzzling into his neck in an attempt to melt his icy demeanor, but Jungkook remained cool, his jaw clenched tightly. What are you doing here, Wan? Wan, nervous, heightened, but she refused to back down. Can't you see what I am doing? She said with a pout while Jungkook remained same as he started working on his laptop, but Wine started placing light kisses all over his face, whispering sorry after sorry in between each touch. Jungkook's resolve began to crack, his hard exterior starting to soften under Vine's gentle ministration. Finally, unable to resist any longer, he grabbed her waist and pulled her into a passionate kiss. As they broke apart, Jungkook cupped Vian's face in his hands, his eyes burning with intensity. I am no longer mad at you, Vian. I love you more than anything in this world, he declared. Vian's lips trembled as she pouted guiltily. I am so sorry for being so careless, Jungkook. I promise it won't happen again. Vian promised, her voice filled with sincerity. Jungkook's expression softened, his gaze filled with love and adoration. He tugged a loose strand of hair behind Vian's ear. His touch gentle. I know you didn't mean to upset me, Vian. Just please be more careful in the future. I can't stand the thought of anything happening to you. Vian nodded, feeling a wave of relief wash over her. She knew she was lucky to have Jungkook by her side, even with all the dangers that come with his line of work. She leaned in to press a soft kiss to his lips, her heart overflowing with love for the man who had captured her heart. So, how about we leave the work and go somewhere? He placed a kiss on the nape of her neck. And where Mr. Husband wants to take me? She asked, leaving a kiss on his cheek, making his heart crazily beating. He looked deep in her eyes. Let's go for second honeymoon. You can decide the destination and I will make sure when we return you have mine or yours mini version growing inside you. He said while smirking while Mine's eyes widened. Her cheeks started to burn. I will love to. She hugged him like her life was depending on it. Jungkook chuckled, hugging her back while rubbing her back, knowing she was getting emotional because she was happy. Moreover, she wanted to enter in this stage of life with the man she loved the most. She wanted to see her small family growing together happily.